Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Court 1 at the European Dodgeball Championships 2022. We have our third and final third place match. Scotland versus Austria. The starting whistle goes. We've got 15 minutes of game time in this first half, a 3-minute set to start us off. Single ball from Max Mertz, doesn't find a target this time around.
Austria finding themselves in this bronze medal match after their success at the last tournament in Newcastle where they took gold. The referee's just pausing time there for an untied shoelace from Ross Gregg. Safety first.
Yeah, this time starting around. Austria played Scotland in the mixed yesterday. A very close game. Austria taking it pretty much in that final set. Scotland will want a bit of retribution for that. Austria obviously wanting to medal this time around. Ross Gregg not quite finding the catch that he's found so many times in this tournament so far.
The speed of the Austrian throws, as we saw in the semi-final yesterday against England, is at times unplayable, but England were just able to get out of the way of them more successfully and hit the Austrians. Surprisingly, not being able to dodge out of the way. The Austrians, probably the best dodging team in this category, were made to look like they were finding it tough out there yesterday.
Yeah, Scotland wanted to change things up in that last bit of throwing. They threw 3, but no successful. Graham with a good dodge, no back line.
Graham looking for confirmation from the referee whether there was a hit or he touched the line, but nothing of the sort, as Gosh York-Dumbrell is hit out with the single ball hit.
Yeah, Stefan Leidinger with that single ball toe snapper. Did actually dislocate his fingers yesterday, and another shot yet again from Stefan. He dislocated his fingers in the game. Today, back in place and strapped up.
Just Graham left on court for Scotland in this first set.
Graham, after that single ball, maybe slightly out of time throw, doesn't quite find it. He found plenty of catches yesterday when we saw him here on court 1 against Wales in that quarter-final game.
And Gosh York-Dumbrell just pulled over the line there. He got a strong hand on it, but Austria had 2 strong hands just pulling him over that centre line. That's absolutely fine in that situation as long as the Austrian player hasn't made any physical contact with the opposition. Duncan hit early out there.
Andy Cock just on that left side, applying that pressure up into that larger neutral zone that we see here.
And Aldred just fumbling the ball out there. He thought it was there, but just at the last second, just spilling it.
But a good punish from Gregg on that left side. He takes out Max Mertz. Maybe Max hanging around that neutral zone a little too much, and he's going to have to be punished there. But the 2-ball attack doesn't find the target. Andy Cock, the target thereafter this time around. And Graham, that single ball catch we spoke about in the previous set, it's there. Brings back on Gosh York-Dumbrell.
And Graham disappointed being called out there. And Josh Key just fumbling the block balls. Got to keep hold of it in that situation.
And a good 1-for-1. Austria will probably be slightly happy with that. Ross Gregg, now last player alive, a 1v2, looks for the toe and very close. But Jacob Leher looks for that and the 1-ball goes high.
Ridiculous from Gregg. He had no right to pull out the classic coconut toss up and then
And this time it's a quick back and forward. The ball comes in. A block up. The ball heads high. But
Grill with the split dodge there.
Yeah.
We spoke about in the last match about the legend of Max Bates for Sweden, but Max Grill even more spectacularly pulling out the split dodge.
A 1v1, 40 seconds left on the clock. It'll be a big set for Scotland if they can take it. The ball bounces.
And no hit again.
And Ross has always got his eyes on that single ball. No hits, and he's left now. The ball highs up, but he can't take this one. Maybe releasing that second ball wasn't the greatest decision, but a good set from him.
Austria taking a 4-0 lead in this bronze medal match.
So throwing both of those balls there. Unlucky, a 1-for-1. Ends with Austria taking their second set of the game, currently up 4-0. Graham stumbling back, but no ball is thrown this time. Aldred and Relton applying that pressure. And a 2 hit out again. Graham and Duncan this time around. A good dodge from Keys there, who earlier on in the tournament also dislocated his fingers. It's a common injury that we've seen here this weekend. Like we said, 4 days of dodgeball, plenty to be played. And Goshawk Dunbrell just dodging out the way of that. And Keys will be disappointed with that. Now 3 players down in this set. Every set has been close. It's pretty much gone to the 3 minutes timer.
Austria just controlling these balls at the moment. Smart single ball release. And the cross-court single again, just looking for Relton.
Florian Stefan Leitinger's brother has now joined the starting lineup. Very acrobatic style of dodgeball that we see from him and a lot of the Austrians.
And a good block there. No, referee deemed it just hit the wrist of the Scottish player.
And the fake comes in from Lair on the left side here. Blocked back. "20 seconds. Relton wants to look for that single ball. And in that set, Florian Leitinger ends the set, takes out Relton. Austria currently up 6-0. Every set being so close.
Scotland making a couple of subs there. Just looking to change up what they're doing.
They bring on Rothney, and that's a double hit again. Austria, in I believe 2 of the 3 sets that had been played so far, a double hit been on the cards. And Rothney, a high dodge from him, but is tracked by that single ball. And that's what the Austrians do so well. You have to be unpredictable in that dodging style.
Scotland just need to be getting their blocks away on court at the moment. Going out for a lot of poor dodges. The Austrians are firing with some big power, so just need to be a little bit more aggressive, making sure they're they're making contact with the ball, grounding it so it's not a live ball anymore. Oh, and similarly there, Austria nearly getting hit out from the block ball, but the player on the wing just avoiding. And Graham with the throw from the back of the court, just avoiding the Austrian players as they still have 6 players on court. And a double hit back from Scotland. Maybe a little bit of karma there for the 2 that Austria have made on them so far.
The slide back from Relton, just stopping himself with his hands there. Oh, and Graham takes the single ball catch.
Austria not letting Scotland settle in that situation there. Scotland looked a bit stunned of what had just happened because of the speed of the Austrian play. It's what they do really well as a squad, is they don't let teams settle.
And a good timeout called from Scotland. Austria starting to run away with things in a lot of these sets. Scotland just have to calm down.
So with this timeout, Austria having an 8-0 lead. They'll be really happy with their start after their disappointing performance yesterday in the semi-final. They'll want nothing more than securing the bronze medal in this position, but Scotland still in with a huge chance to get back into this game. Still plenty of time left in this half and the second half. They just need to stay alive a little bit more and be more reactive to the speed of the Austrian play.
So you're in that huddle. You're the Scotland coach, John. What are you saying at that point?
Stay alive. Nice and simple. They're just switching off at that last second, getting hit out by lots of single balls. Yes, the throws from the Austrian players are fast and accurate, but the Scottish players are good enough to be dodging out of the way of those balls, so they've just got to improve in that element of the game.
Ross Gregg now back on court.
And again, we see just a single ball hit there. The Scottish player committing to the catch early on in the set. Unnecessary when you haven't got any players to come back in. Just stay alive, jump up over that low ball and just stay on the court.
Graham maybe falling to the ground a little too early in that neutral zone, and there it is, that single ball catch from Ross Gregg that we saw plenty of time in the group gauges and early knockouts. Is it the timeout that Scotland needed?
Gregg just passing the ball wide there to Aldred. A good thing to do after you've made a catch so you don't get that rush of blood to your head. And a good single ball hit there from Relton.
Some really nice dodgeball from Scotland this set. 2 players up and the single ball dodge. That's what Scotland needed. They've got to stay alive, John. You mentioned it at the timeout. And there it is again, a good 2-ball attack. 3 up now in this set. 1 minute 15 played.
What a catch from Relton there.
Unreal catch in the air, takes that catch. Is what he'd be looking for.
Confidence being shown by the Scottish team here in this set. Clearly some strong words from the coaches in their timeout. Getting through to the players what they need to be doing. And another good 2-ball hit there from Scotland. And good play from Relton. What a set from him. The great catch in the air and then finishing off the set with a good single running counter.
Yeah, very good set from Scotland, taking those couple of catches. It's that positive mentality that they want. They've got to take the momentum now. They've got to get into this set, stay alive, take the catches that are coming their way.
Just 2 minutes left in this half. Good block by Eldred, and another great catch from Relton. They're tracking these single ball throws from the Austrians a lot better after this timeout. And a single ball reach there from Aldred. Not a bad option, just meaning they staying with 2 balls wide, protecting their players.
Yeah. Michael Hoffman, the first Austrian to go out after he'd been subbed in. Maybe not the perfect start for him.
Anikoc just getting the block away. He's switched wings at the moment. He's now on the left-hand side for Austria.
Yeah. Florian now on that right side. A lot of the Austrians multi-positional players, and that is what Max Golder said yesterday. They're all trained in all aspects, that subs and can be made injuries after injuries. These players can play anywhere. They adapt to different play styles. And Greg with a catch, single ball. It brings back on Relton. Great catches from those 2. And a bounce there. Maybe Greg goes low, he looks for that catch. It's definitely coming his way, bounces just before him. And a good catch from Relton. Graham will be heading to the outbox, but he'll come in straight back in.
No catch called there from the referee. Just bounced before from Relton, secured what he thought was the catch. Scotland with a free player advantage.
Yeah, should have held in that occasion just with the 2 balls, but Greg feels like he can find that hit.
A lot better play in this set again from Scotland. If you're not going to dodge out the way, get the catches if they're within your catching zone. Don't reach for them. If they're there at your chest, take them. They've done that perfectly in this set.
And that will be close to the timeout. And it is. That's the end of the first half. After that timeout that Scotland wanted, they've won the next 2 sets. Great bit of momentum from them. Maybe the half-time might stop that. In a couple of minutes' time, we'll see it continue, and we'll see if Scotland can come out fighting in that second half.
A great comeback from Scotland in that first half. They'll be really happy with how they've switched tactically, picking up some great catches from the Austrian throws. Maybe the speed of the throws from the Austrians in the first few sets just put them on the back foot. Maybe they were a little bit not too sure about when to catch, when to wrap up the catches, but they learned on court, and as you saw in those last 2 sets, the confidence after the first couple of catches is seeping through their veins now, and they'll be really looking forward to this second half and want to continue on with that success.
Like we said, after that timeout, Scotland do win the next 2 sets, so into the half, 8-4. Austria need to regain that momentum they had at the first part of the half.
The experience from Austria, I'm sure, after this half-time team talk, will focus their minds, and they're going to come out really strong, I'm sure, in this second half. And Scotland, the second team, to come out of their half-time huddle as they come back onto the court. The referees are looking to get this game underway.
No subs for the Scotland side, but we do see one substitution for the Austrian men's side. That's Schmidt, a starter for that Austrian men's team that won gold last time around in 2019. Maybe not at the greatest of tournaments, definitely not on court one. Been
Good
trying to
early
shut
hit
down. Yeah.
on Aldred there.
Single ball from Graham.
Hit called on Goshawk Dumbrell there. Disappointed, he felt he had dodged out the way, but the referee's called it.
Sebastian Grill heads high for the Dodgers. Relton's ball heads low.
And Scotland asks to hold from Graham, but he gets the hit from the single ball release. And Schmidt hit out there. Another good single ball release from Scotland, bringing them a level in this set.
That single ball heading low. He's trying to find the toes of Grill every time, but Grill heads high yet again.
And a couple of single ball releases, and Austria coming out on top with a one-player advantage.
That Austrian ball trying to head low every time. That's the ball that took out Relton, that put them up in this set. And a block from, not a block from Andy Cock, close to a block, but now he called it up.
Slight change in tactics here from Scotland. They're walking up, trying to be a little bit more unpredictable with some fakes.
The two ball this time around.
Two ball.
But now Austria have sent Graham to the ground with a fake, but a good 1-for-1. Ross Gregg, he punishes Max Metz there for hanging around neutral zone, but it's a 1-for-1 again. No, a block on that left side, but Stefan Leitinger is hit out. He'll be gutted with that. Rothney and Graham.
Ross Gregg with two punishing standing counters cross court there. Just 20 seconds left. Play ball has been called.
The second ball gets thrown. It's blocked though. Rothney has low. He's just got to dodge for 15 seconds. Now 10 on the clock.
Scotland allowing the play ball to be called, so they're going to have to release. And they get the hit.
They do. Quality from the Scotland side. Now only a set in it.
Ross Gregg dominating that set there with some key hits at key times in that set. He'll be really happy with how he's performing. Scotland just one set behind now with just over 11 minutes remaining of this match.
But taken out early. They've taken that pressure off themselves. They know Ross would like to take that catch. They know how punishing he can be with the single balls out wide.
Good dynamic dodging from Grill again. He's a real unpredictable dodger.
Graham close to getting his hands on that, but just pops it itself over the shoulder.
Again, the high leaps from the Austrian middle players.
A 1-for-1. But Austria are happy. They're not a 1-for-1. The ball isn't called out.
Are just pausing time there not to discuss if it was a 1-for-1. I think they're concerned about some moisture on the court.
That can't be changed. The set time can't be changed. That's right.
47 seconds played of this set, confirmed by the referee. So there'll be a slight difference when the referee blows the whistle for this set, if that's needed.
And now 3 players down, a lot to do in this set. Single ball from Rothney.
Austria's dodging in this set has meant that they've remained on court with all 6 players, something that was lacking in the couple of previous sets. Now just slowing down the play a little bit, thinking about where they're throwing, releasing that single, and Andy Koch getting that block away successfully.
Yeah, Aldred on that left side. Just eyeing down Stefan. The single ball, but an easy dodge.
And in that play, no hits. And another good block from Scotland. They've got 2 balls on their side. Austria will have to throw.
Still a minute left in this, and the block from Schmidt hits out Stefan.
Good awareness on Aldred. But Austria neutralise his threats by hitting him out with the next attack.
3 players down, Scotland, 40 seconds left. Still plenty of time.
Smart play by Austria there, just running down this clock a little bit. They're in complete control of this set.
And the single ball again, the 3 pop up. Goshawk Dumbrell can't get his hands around it. All 3 in perfect timing, in perfect pinpoint accuracy. The no-look side sling, not quite finding the Austrians this time around.
Play 2 has been called by the referee. They release all 3 but don't get a hit. And a hit on Max Mates there.
But the time is called. Not long enough for Rothney to turn the set around, and it was the set Austria wanted. Now 10-6 up.
A great set there from Austria. Scotland had the momentum in this half, but now just putting a stop to that, taking a 2-set lead as we go into the final 8 minutes of this match.
Relton back on, but hit straight out from the start. Nicks him just.
Or a loose single ball throw from Andy Koch. Scotland have now got 4 to attack with.
Oh, and a good catch from Leher.
Poor timing from Scotland there. They had 4 balls. They kind of rushed the throws a little bit and released that single ball.
Yeah, good start to this set. 35 seconds gone, and they've already wiped out 4 of the 6. Make that 5. Ross Gregg now up against the impossible.
Still over 2 minutes of this set to go. Brutal throwing from Austria and catching there as well from Scotland's loose balls.
They needed to stay alive. That was the instructions you would have given them on the timeout earlier on, John, and they did that until this set where only 1 minute 15 has been played. And a great catch when the balls are on. And that's 2 out. The standing and the catch. We said it was impossible. The 1v6 has now turned into the 2v4. Make that a 1v3, a good trade for Austria. But these arms aren't slow by any means, John.
No, they're not. And Ross Gregg there, maybe showing a bit of tiredness in his legs, just crouching down. Austria players taking advantage of that, and a strong release there to finish off that set. Now, Austria confidently taking a 12-6 lead with just over 6 minutes remaining.
The Austrians, just when they had that 2 out in that last set, getting a bit annoyed with each other. They've got to remain calm. They are only 3 sets up, 6 minutes still to go. They're going to start to wind down the clock now. We'll see a lot more defence.
Good movement from the Austrian players. That single ball whip from Relton not looking like it was where it was meant to be going. They're on their toes and they're dodging out of the way again there. And Andy Koch goes for the catch.
Oh, and Graham so close to that low down catch.
Stefan making up for Andy's drop there, meaning they remain level on players on court. an Aldred hit out there.
Unlucky there from Ross. He gets that catch, but it's as he's looking to secure it, it just slides through his hands. That ball then becomes dead and he's out from that play. Keys now back on court.
Two out from Scotland here. Now just one player down.
And Decker just wants to slow things down. That's all they've got to do. They're starting to rush things like they've got a train to catch.
They get a hit there.
But Rothney gets the hit on the other end. A 1v2 for Rothney now.
The fake and then the single ball release from Austria, just slowing down time. Sensible play.
And they'll let that ball go back. They want to play defensive. They want to run that clock down.
Still 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the court.
He's going to be charged now.
And this is what we saw from Austria yesterday. The control, the awareness of where they are in the set, what they need to do. Not trying to force the win so the balls are lined up again for another set.
And that experience from Stefan Leitinger there just proving so beneficial. Rothney knows what he's doing with that throw. He wants to play the defense himself. He's got to look for a catch now. And that's so unlucky. He blocks up and
the hit high there on the Scottish player as the referee calls a timeout for Austria.
A good timeout there from Austria. They want that. They want to slow things down.
Austria there with just over a minute remaining. They really used the time well, slowed down. To be honest, they didn't look like they were going for the direct hit there. But with the Scottish player jumping high, that's where the hit came from. I think they were looking to maybe just spike it high into the net, meaning that they were going to then just run the timeout.
Yeah, 3 minutes 43 left on the clock. So when play resumes, that is how long will be left. 8 points away from taking the bronze, Scotland are now. Unless they're getting plenty of double hits and making plenty of catches. The light at the end of the tunnel getting further away for Scotland now. They'll want to finish this game on a high. Last time around, the men did finish fourth. So a loss for them will keep them in the same position they were in 2019.
The Scotland men have had a great weekend, but just falling short in this third place playoff. The Austrians' experience and power just prevailing.
Yeah.
And Scotland will be disappointed, but there's lots of positives to take from their play, and they'll be looking to build on this as they head towards the next European Championships.
Yeah. A couple substitutions for that Austrian side. Hoffmann rejoins the starting six. Florian Leitinger on that right side, and Hoffmann not finding the catch that he's found so many times. They are even on players now. And a back line there. And the sweat stick finally comes out for the first time on finals day.
Johnny Day there having to reach down a fair amount for that stick. But good technique there, quickly wiping up that sweat on the court. 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining on court as Austria attack with a free ball, but disappointingly get hit out on the standing counter from Aldred. He's done that all weekend. Still proving deadly as we head for the final couple of minutes in this third place playoff.
Only one player down now for Scotland, and they'll want to look to capitalise on it, but they don't.
Referee called bounce there on the Austrian winger. And Aldred hit out with the single ball release.
And Rothney,
Calls from catch from the bench, but Aldred unable to get across the court to make up for the hit.
And a very good two-ball attack, but a great block. No matter if this 3 minutes plays out, there will be a 1 minute 30 set. Rothney jumps and a good dodge.
Called out by the referee there. I think he might have just landed on the line.
A 1v4, well, make it a 1v3. Cam Relton, Scotland captain, arm-proofing deadly. But Decker, an easy gazelle-like dodge for him.
Great pace from Relton there after a long 4 days of dodgeball, still proving there he's got the power in his arm. He'll be looking to try and take as many Austrian players. And the hit there on Grill from the leap of faith, but the smart play from the Austrian wingers there, hitting him before he's able to make it back onto his side of the court. Totally fair and good awareness play from the Austrians. They now take a 16-6 lead as we go into the final 90-second set.
And those last couple of Scotland players will make it onto that starting 6 lineup. Doug heads onto court. We saw him earlier on in the group stages. Alongside Dow in the centre.
And 2 quick outs there from Austria. And a strong group throw. Austria want to make sure this score is as high as possible. From Decker there, we saw the behind the back release, but just missing the target. We saw a couple of those be converted this weekend, but on that occasion not. We see the double leap of faith. One player lands before it releases, so he's called out.
The underarm from the left side, that softball-like throw, not one that's favoured too much here in Europe.
Scotland having a bit of fun in this final set.
That is what is always so nice about the European champs.
And Austria return the favour with the last hit of the match. And Austria take the bronze medal in the 2022 Dodgeball European Championships in the men's category.
It's not the medal they'll be after, John, but the best result they could have got after losing that semi-final yesterday to England.
Yet no, always a difficult match after disappointment from what your target was, but they'll be happy to make sure that they maximise the opportunity to make sure they take home a medal, and they'll be looking to come back even stronger next year when we head out to Croatia.
Well, there's still one game for the Austrian men and women still to play. They'll play England in the women's final and Northern Ireland in the mixed. So we'll try and get one of these Austrian players in for a group chat and a bit of an interview.
Scotland will be really happy with their performance, matching their 2019 finish. Just again, maybe lacking that little bit of throwing power towards the match to change it up, but they'll be pleased with their performance and happy with the 4th place position. They'll be looking to come back next year to try and get that much wanted bronze medal or even higher.
Yeah, a very good comeback in that first half from them after that timeout, but unfortunately this time around a little too late. The second half dominance from Austria was very, very good. Now, if you hang right where you are after this interview, you'll be able to watch the Austria-England in the women's final. If you head back to Dodgeball Netherlands, what you'll be able to do is subscribe. Be able to subscribe and follow on to that next game. So, thank you very much, Stefan, for joining us. A very good third place game. Obviously, not the medal you're after, but how do you think you played in this game, and how do you think the team played as a whole?
I think today we showed that we really can play dodgeball. It wasn't our best performance yesterday, and we really wanted to go out on a good note, show why we are the reigning world champions, and I think we proved that today. We played really solid all around dodgeball. They played good, they came back, made it interesting, and I think that was good for everyone. And it was a really good small final or bronze final, I don't know.
Bronze final,
And we're just really happy to get the medal. And yeah.
And that's it. Well, thank you. We've got one game that you'll be playing in the mix.
Yeah.
The women off to play now in the final against England. You'll be playing in the mix later against NI. Anything from that game that you've just played in that you'll bring into that final later on?
Definitely. We're going to try to bring the heat. I think we played Northern Ireland in the groups. They beat us. It was a good game, but we weren't into the tournament yet. So I think it's going to be a different game now, and I think it's going to be a really good game. But now I'm looking forward to the women. That's going to be some really, really good women's dodgeball you're all going to enjoy. And yeah, then at the end of the day, we hope to have some medals. Most in gold, hopefully.
Well, thank you very much, Stefan. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later on in the mixed.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So, like I said, we'll be heading on to the gold medal and finals. The first one up on court one, Austria versus England. Hello from me. But like I said, that is the game that we'll be looking to. Now you can hang right where you are, or you can head back to the Dodgeball Netherlands, subscribe while you're there, and you'll be put straight back into this final. But for now, it's a bye from me.
And a bye from me.